How do we experience the world? Through the things we see, the sounds we hear, the objects we touch. Through the places we go, to shop, to dine, to play. The communities where we live, the journeys we take. Or do we experience the world digitally? Through the screens that command our attention, the data that offers context and clues, the learning that anticipates our needs. In truth, it is both. Panasonic has always made products for the real world. TVs and rugged laptops, EV batteries, and entertainment centers. Now, we're transforming these physical products with digital technologies. From mobility to the cloud, from artificial intelligence to the Internet of Things. Creating technologies that move us forward. So that highways can talk to drivers, arenas express emotion, robots become colleagues, and buildings power the grid. In turn, we're creating experiences that are richer, environments that are safer, and opportunities that are more rewarding than any which have come before. And as we have for 100 years, Panasonic is leading with our purpose to make life more fulfilling and the world a more sustainable place by creating technologies that move us toward a better life and a better world.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Lauren Salata, Chief Marketing Officer, Panasonic Corporation of North America.
Good morning and welcome. For the past 100 years, Panasonic has been all about creating a better experience for the end consumer. For much of that history, we've done that through consumer electronics products and appliances for the home. In more recent years, we've increasingly created these experiences in partnerships with businesses and government entities, where we develop integrated solutions that impact the lives of our customers' customers. And why better experiences? Because we've been a purpose-driven company from the beginning. And improving people's lives and contributing to a better world has always been the mission of our company, and never more so than today. And we firmly believe that technology can help us fulfill our perpetual ambition for progress. And to that, add to that, our breadth of experience in disruptive technologies that are making radically new experiences possible. A few years ago, McKinsey Global Institute identified 12 disruptive technologies that will account for trillions of dollars in economic value over the next decade. Panasonic is deeply engaged in 9 of those 12 technologies. That's important because when you're creating entirely new experiences, you need to utilize several of them together to create integrated technology solutions. And with such a wide range of expertise, Panasonic is skilled at bringing these technologies together. Earlier this year, we embarked on a transformation of our brand in North America to tell our story to customers and to the market. Technologies that move us recognizes our core ideology and history, but it also shares our strategy and vision for the future. You may have read some of our stories or heard some of them as well, and today I want to take you a little further along on the journey. Now I'm excited to introduce to you Tom Gebhardt, Chairman and CEO of Panasonic Corporation North America, to give you a preview of our approach to building better end consumer experiences for the next 100 years. Tom?
Thanks, Lauren. And really, thanks to all of you for giving us some time this morning to share some of our stories and some of what we really believe in as Panasonic as a company. As Lauren mentioned, over the last 100 years, Panasonic has primarily focused on developing products that contribute to a better life and a better world. Products like TVs, phones, infotainment systems, rugged tablets, batteries, and even factory robotics. We embark on our second century, we're engineering not just products, but entire experiences in cities, in factories, in stores, in offices, in homes, and even in entertainment venues. Disruptive technologies are enable us to bring together the physical products with the digital world. The end result is the consumer experiences become richer, more rewarding, safer, and with less friction that frustrates our lives today. And for businesses and governments delivering these experiences, that really means a happier consumer and a happier constituent, which means efficient workflows and more importantly, it drives profitability. And because this is a news conference, I want to share with you some news around the way that we're engaging with innovative partners. Today, Panasonic is announcing the establishment of the Digital Solutions Center. The center will be a resource within the new Panasonic System Solution Company of North America. It'll support several hundred software engineers and a broad range of applications in sectors like public safety, security, manufacturing, food and retail, as well as supply chain. It'll also support theme parks and entertainment destinations in both the United States and Canada. Its focus will be to bring the physical and digital worlds together through IoT and B2B solutions via a unified software platform. We've had a lot of success in this approach already with our business in the automotive and avionics sector. Now we're intensifying our efforts to a much broader extent, set across a number of industries and a number of different environments. We think this space combining the digital and physical worlds is going to be really big, and we certainly are not alone in this thinking. In fact, Gartner recently pointed out that one of the key strategic technology trends for 2018 is just that. So allow me to illustrate how we're leveraging disruptive technologies that Lauren mentioned to create new experiences, transforming our physical world with the contextual data. Today, we're focused on 5 environments that we believe can make a big difference in people's lives: our mobile and connected world, sustainable energy sources, integrated supply chains, immersive entertainment venues, and living spaces in our homes. The first of these is our connected world. We're creating new types of experiences for people on the move, whether in a car, an airplane, or in a smart city. This is really important to Panasonic's business here in North America, as 2/3 of our total revenue comes from the connected world environment. Today, I'd like to share with you some really exciting news for the people who fly, and I'm assuming from looking at the audience that all of you fly. Until fairly recently, the airline cabin was one of the last places where the digital world didn't really intersect with the physical world. Some folks kind of like that, but if you're trying out business or you want to stream your latest binge-watching passion at 30,000 feet, it's sure convenient to have on-satellite Wi-Fi. And today, we're announcing our 3rd-generation technology. Panasonic's 3rd-generation communication network will be a step function change in technology. The network, when paired with a new satellite modem, will offer bandwidth up to 20 times greater than what was previously available. It will greatly improve experiences for internet browsing, enable applications like Skype, and even open up the possibility of video streaming in the sky. And it's in the near term. A number of our airline partners, including United and Southwest, will begin installing the Gen 3 system on aircraft this quarter. On your flight home, you're probably going to want to have had that system. Panasonic is also leading the way forward in travel down here on the ground, partnering with most of the world's leading automakers. Our heritage in consumer electronics tells us that if we can do things and make them faster, better, and cheaper, consumers will beat down the path to your door. These technologies allow us to do just that. So we see this sector as a major growth opportunity for Panasonic. And we're moving at the speed of consumer electronics to make this happen. Panasonic has a central place in today's connected cars as the leader in the infotainment systems. These systems are the human interface between the driver and the digital world. The news and songs we hear, the videos we play, the phone we answer, the maps and location services we see are all served up through these connected systems in the vehicle. We're a firm believer, though, that partnerships and platforms have a key and strong role to play in advancing the experiences for both the driver and the passenger. And we have some exciting news to share with you with a technology partner that you all have heard of. A key strategic initiative of ours is to bring voice into the car seamlessly. Leveraging our SkipGen platform, we're working with industry leaders to make this reality today. Panasonic and Amazon have long been partners in the B2B space. We have applications in retail solutions and cloud computing where web services are integral to collecting data for work that we're doing in intelligent highways and many more applications. And in consumer electronics, we're proud to say that Amazon is one of our largest channel customers. So I'm delighted today to be able to introduce Tom Taylor, Senior Vice President of Amazon Alexa, and he'll come to the stage and talk about the collaboration that we're talking about very specifically in the automotive space. Tom? Hey, Tom, great to see you. Good to see you.
Thank you so much. Thanks so much for having us here. And by the way, congratulations on 100 years. It's an incredible achievement.
Hey, it's great. Thanks. Appreciate that. Hey, there's a lot of things we can probably talk about. Panasonic and Amazon have a number of different issues going forward, but really what's exciting is to talk about this whole experience in the voice and what you can actually bring to the automobile and how that actually intercepts.
Sure. Well, we think voice it's early days, big part of the future for a lot of reasons. First of all, voice is simply the most natural way to communicate. Customers tell us that getting things done using their voice just makes their lives easier. And as customers have come to love Alexa at home, they want to be with her throughout their day. And so, listening to an Audible book is a great example of this. You're listening to the book at home, you get in your car, just want to seamlessly continue to listen to that book, and then when you get back. And of course, a big part of making possible for customers is working with partners like Panasonic and deliver a great Alexa experience.
Yeah, there's no question that for a long time the consumer has wanted really a real seamlessly integrated voice solution in the vehicle, and I think this really brings it. So what do you see in the future, and what do you see going forward, particularly as it relates to the vehicle?
Well, one reason that customers love Alexa is she keeps getting smarter every day, and this is possible because Alexa was built as a service in our AWS cloud, so we can keep adding new features. For example, in the past, you'd say, play my music, and she didn't really know whether it was your music or mine. But now with voice profile, she would know to play your music or my music or our kids' music. And that's really important if you have my kids. In addition to teaching Alexa new things, we also want her to be available everywhere customers are. So maybe some of those places you don't have an internet connection, and we really wanted to solve that problem for Alexa. So maybe let's take a look at some of the things you and I have been working on together.
That'd be great.
Great.
First, let's look at some online features. Good morning.
Good morning. 45 years ago today, Bruce Springsteen released his first album, Greetings from Asbury Park, New Jersey.
What's the weather like today?
Right now in Las Vegas, it's 59 degrees with clear skies and sun.
Alexa, how far is the Las Vegas Convention Center from here?
Las Vegas Convention Center is 1 mile from Winchester as the crow flies.
Alexa, can you find me the nearest charging station?
Electric charging station on Paradise Road, electric charging station on Las Vegas Boulevard S, and electric charging station on W Hacienda Avenue.
Now let's look at some offline features. What's the weather like?
I am offline right now, but you can still ask me to change the temperature.
Alexa, set the temperature to 65 degrees.
Okay, setting temperature to 65 degrees.
Set temperature to 90 degrees.
Cannot set temperature to 90 degrees. It is too high. The maximum is 84 degrees.
Set temperature to 80 degrees.
Okay, setting temperature to 80 degrees.
What's on my calendar today?
Your next calendar event is mountain biking at Red Canyon on Jan 8, 2018.
Good night.
Nighty night. Get some good rest.
Tom, really good, really impressive.
Yeah.
From the standpoint, let me understand. So you've taken the Alexa platform and been able to integrate it into the SkipGen platform that we have previously introduced, and now you're offering the consumer an experience that can work, of course, online, but also offline?
Yes, we call this feature Alexa on Board, and extremely important for us to allow customers to have access to Alexa anywhere they want to be. And today we're excited to announce that Panasonic will be one of the first customers that gets Alexa on Board as a feature.
Well, I think this is a breakthrough. It's really a revolutionary from the standpoint of something that consumers have desired and wanted, and actually we're delivering it. So we're happy to be part of it, and doing it both online and offline is exceptional.
Yep, thanks. You'll be able to control music and windows and all the things you'd like to do in your car, so it's really going to be great.
Yeah, I think you're delivering actually the products the consumer wants, so I really appreciate that. And thanks for being a partner and a visionary in this space.
Thank you very much, and
Thank
thanks Panasonic for helping Alexa be everywhere.
Thanks.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
So speaking of the vehicle, another really exciting frontier is this smart highway initiative that we're working on. And let's face it, today, most highways are concrete and asphalt, but not a lot of data. And as you may remember, at last year's CES, our partners from the Colorado Department of Transportation, or CDOT, were here on stage with us to announce a plan to build the first intelligent highway in the United States. This was capturing data from connected vehicles that already was transmitting this and giving it a real-time updated status. That project has gone from 0 to 60 in no time flat. And a few months ago, the Colorado Transportation Committee had visited our Network Operations Center to participate in a working demonstration of technology. So I want to just give you a little bit of vision of this. So we've got a mix of Democrats and Republicans, different commissioners coming together on the test track that we have in Denver, running through some public roads, looking for an approval to go forward. We were a little bit fearful with the current political environment that this could have been a little bit combustible. But to our great surprise and to a great acknowledgement, it was a universally unanimous decision to go forward. So Democrats and Republicans alike have approved to full production of the 90-mile stretch of the Intelligent Highway in Colorado. The benefits of this were just too big to ignore. There'll be room for 4 times more cars on existing highways, less traffic and fuel consumption for Coloradans, and 80%, and potentially up to 80% fewer crashes from unimpaired motorists. We believe that connecting smart autonomous vehicles to smart highways is really going to be a game changer in many ways. And speaking of autonomous vehicles, we're investing heavily in that technology. Once driving is fully autonomous, everyone in the vehicle becomes a passenger, and your traditional front seat, back seat orientation then becomes less relevant. In fact, the next generation cabin can be configured for whatever occasion you maybe had. And in our booth, we're showing these in 4 different modes. We have a living room mode, we have a business mode, we have a relaxation mode, and a celebration mode. Riding in fully autonomous cars is really going to offer some really amazing experiences. And by the way, make sure to visit the Vision Theater part of our booth to see really what a fully autonomous society looks like as we go forward to 2030. A second environment where we're using the technologies to create a better world is the sustainable energy. Most of you are aware that we have a very significant investment in the electric vehicle battery area. A good many of our automotive partners believe, as we do, that the electrification of the powertrain is inevitable. We anticipate that as early as 2020, the cost of electric powertrains will be at parity with internal combustion engines. And when that happens, we'll see an exponential increase in the electrification of vehicles. Just about a year ago, we began mass production of lithium-ion battery cells at the Tesla Gigafactory here in Nevada. These high-performance cylindrical 2170 cells are designed and engineered to offer the best performance at the lowest production cost in an optimum form factor for both energy storage products as well as electric vehicles. And we're also creating thousands of new Panasonic jobs right here in Nevada. And then last month, we announced a significant collaboration with Toyota to take electrification even further. Panasonic already supplies and has for a long time supplied batteries to the Prius. And now we're teaming up with Toyota to explore the future of EV battery technology. The initial focus of this partnership is on the existing lithium-ion technology, but we also intend to explore solid-state battery technology, which could become the next generation technology for electric vehicle. Through this collaboration, we aim to continue to achieve the best automotive battery in the industry and ultimately contribute to the mass adoption of electrified vehicles for Toyota and other car makers. Our relationship with Toyota goes back more than 60 years, and we're really excited to be conquering new frontiers in the EV technology area with this really valued customer of ours. But our commitment to the energy space goes beyond automotive. We continue to work with Tesla to develop other products, for instance, the solar tile technology, with production now ramping at Tesla's second Gigafactory in Buffalo, New York. Who wouldn't like to have a house that produces its own energy and looks like this? It's really amazing from that standpoint. The other thing in solar is solar can be really an essential for the estimated 1 billion people in emerging markets who live off the grid entirely. Something as simple as a solar lantern can be really a game changer for families in remote villages, helping parents capture energy from the sun during the day so that their children can study at night. A couple of years ago, Panasonic committed to donate 100,000 solar lanterns to families around the world before our 100th anniversary, and I'm happy to report that we've already met that goal. The third environment we're focused on is what we call the integrated supply chain. from manufacturing to logistics to consumer and retail and to restaurants. This includes new omni-channel retail solutions where digital and physical stores reconfigure along the lines that provide better experiences and better experiences for the consumer that eventually lead to greater efficiencies in the supply chain with partners. As we all know, customer experiences drive the supply chain, and when we provide customers better service, we're going to win more customers. We all know that the new norm in retail is that consumers initiate the buying process in the digital world and are well down the path before they come to the physical storefront. We're working with a number of automakers and dealers to connect these digital and physical journeys. And that also applies to adding flexibility and convenience in the service bay. For some Ford and Kia dealers, we're testing a digital service kiosk that lets the car owner drop off the key 24/7 in a way that is super convenient for the consumer. We're also working with quick-serve restaurants so they can identify regular customers through facial recognition. Artificial intelligence and connected vehicle technology will allow these restaurants to predict which customer might be in the mood for a pumpkin spice latte, reach out to them in their vehicle when they're 5 minutes away from the store, and offer to get an order started so that it can just be a grab-and-go experience when they get there. In the integrated supply chain section of our booth, we're demonstrating how we're helping digitalize the food chain, showcasing technologies from a couple of companies which we have recently acquired, one of which is Zetis, a Brussels-based supply chain solutions company that serves upwards of 80% of Europe's top supply chain customers. And we're also displaying Hussmann, a leader in the retail refrigeration and display case, so it helps to integrate this whole experience. From the packaging line in the warehouse through the store, we're enabling a faster and more accurate process that will be able to execute in real time with insight and control. Finally, we believe robotics have a huge impact as we move forward into an integrated supply chain. In factories, we're developing robots that learn from the movements of human hands to replicate complex series of maneuvers. In warehouse, robotic-assisted suits help workers pick up heavy objects. In retail, robotic cashiers tally up what's in the shopping cart using RFID transmitters. For the food industry, we're bringing robotics to the supply chain source also, the family farm, with a robot that can delicately harvest even tomatoes. A fourth environment where we're bringing physical and digital worlds together is the immersive entertainment space. Our solutions here take our expertise from the consumer electronics area and AV technology and scale them up in venues where fans go to cheer their favorite sports teams. Make sure you see all of our latest technologies for sports and entertainment venues, from augmented reality to sports analytics, in the immersive entertainment section of our booth. We'll also bring these immersive experiences to more intimate venues, like museums. And I'm really pleased today to announce that Panasonic will be working with the City of Colorado Springs, Olympic City, USA, and the headquarters of the United States Olympic Committee to develop a new U.S. Olympic Museum there. The U.S. Olympic Museum selected Panasonic to provide a technology design that is really state-of-the-art and will be there right there in Colorado Springs. We'll be creating a transformational visitor experience in this site. The mayor of Colorado Springs has also selected Panasonic as the lead industry partner for Colorado Springs' Smart City initiative called Smart COS, building on the success of a Smart City initiative that we have already introduced in Denver. Together, we'll be exploring new ways to deploy technologies that will improve the service and delivery to the community, drive economic development, focusing specifically on projects in energy, mobility, city services, and smart buildings. A simple example of that is a smart LED streetlight that actually can detect the depth of the snow on the streets. It's also our honor to be able to have the mayor with us today, so we really appreciate your partnership, and Mayor Suthers, thank you for coming. We're absolutely as confident as you that these initiatives are going to make Colorado Springs more appealing to residents and tourists alike and will help you drive economic development in the city. Of course, our entertainment business started in the home, and understanding the North American consumer is where Panasonic brings the physical and digital worlds together. Michael Moskowitz, who leads our consumer business in North America, is going to showcase how our technologies bring all of this together as we move into the next 100 years. So, Michael?
Thank you, Tom. ladies and gentlemen, as you've heard many times today, Panasonic has always demonstrated a deep commitment to innovation in our homes, automobiles, planes, and in businesses. As we look back at a century of innovation, I can say with confidence that it's our consumers that have often inspired that commitment. And today, 21st century consumers are no different. Our ability to understand the modern consumer and their needs is what has helped us remain relevant and competitive as we have stood at the forefront of a century worth of technological innovation, from electrification to the computer age. And as we enter into an era of artificial intelligence and the Internet of Things, we can take pride in our ability to continue helping consumers with their needs of today and tomorrow. So I thought it was fitting to start today by looking back at one of our most iconic products and how far we've come, our televisions. 66 years ago, Panasonic marketed its first 17-inch black and white TV. It brought families together in the living room to watch the nightly news and their favorite shows. And while our viewing habits have evolved over the years, we still enjoy gathering with friends to watch live events like the Super Bowl and the Olympic Games. We're creating family movie night with streaming services that showcase yesterday's classics and new favorites, giving meaning to our commitment of bringing Hollywood to your home. A commitment that enables us to create the best TVs that can create cinematic experiences at home. So with that said, today we are pleased to make a global announcement of Panasonic's 2 new series of OLED TVs, the FZ 950 series and the FZ 800 series. These TVs are setting the industry standard in both picture quality and sound. In fact, in order to ensure that technical accuracy matches our creative intent, for the past 3 years, we've worked closely with the leading professional Hollywood colorists to deliver the industry-leading accuracy. And as a result, our TVs are now being used as large format client reference monitors in a growing number of major Hollywood post-production houses. To ensure that the technical accuracy of the screens matches the director's creative intent, Panasonic intends to continue working with Hollywood giant Deluxe and its leading post-production studios, Company 3, eFilm, and Encore. Our FZ series comes equipped with the most powerful image processor we've ever built for a TV, the new Hollywood-tuned HCX video processor. The accuracy made possible by this processor is critical to ensuring that the picture matches the director's creative intent. The FZ 950 will also come with a Tuned by Technics bladed speaker integrated into the pedestal, delivering both the best picture quality and sound quality as the filmmakers intended. And to provide the best possible viewing experience with unprecedented picture quality and the brightness, color, and contrast automatically optimized for each scene, we are very excited that our 2018 4K OLED TV models will support HDR10+ dynamic metadata technology. This is a new open industry standard technology for high dynamic range, which announced studio support from 20th Century Fox, Warner Brothers Home Entertainment, and Amazon Prime Video. This will bring this exciting technology to even more consumers. And as demand for 4K content grows, our Ultra HD Blu-ray players for 2019 offer the ultimate Hollywood at-home experience, delivering unprecedented boost to video quality that matches the latest advantages in HDR picture quality and even more streaming services. But as you can tell, home is really where the heart is. And a modern home is evolving at a fast pace. And with this rapid pace of change, we've seen consumers starting to embrace technologies that work with multiple devices and platforms. Our job is to create products that will seamlessly integrate and allow consumers to engage with them in their convenience in real time, which is why we are working to create new relationships with companies like Amazon and Google, finding new ways to integrate our unique technologies to complement what exists and what is coming to the home market. Take voice assist speakers, for example. They become the new wave. The ability to just ask them questions in plain language about weather, news, sports, and a myriad number of other subjects is pretty neat and convenient. However, one of the other important functions of voice assist speakers is to use them to play music. In fact, it's the #1 reasons consumers use smart speakers. You simply command the song, artist, genre you want to listen to, and the speakers can play instantaneously. But where current voice assists have typically come up short is in their sound quality. And you can count on Panasonic to step in and improve the listening experience for our consumers. And that's why we've reimagined smart speaker listening experience and introducing the Panasonic GA10, our newest smart speaker with a Google Assist built in. Now our consumers don't have to sacrifice convenience for quality. With the assistant of the GA10, you can stream music from your favorite services, including Google Play, Music, YouTube, and industry-leading sound quality. Our team is working hard to find ways to integrate these types of smart technologies into all of our products, from audio equipment to our new HomeHawk outdoor camera system that integrates functionality on Amazon and Google platforms. Actually, I want to take a minute to highlight our new HomeHawk technology, which leverages Panasonic's color night vision technology and a wide-angle HD video quality. This wire-free, weather-resistant home monitoring system allows for hassle-free placement with no third-party monitoring or cloud services required. It's another great example of us bringing together unique technologies to create premium products to meet the customer's needs. But as we continue to stay ahead of the curve, we can't forget where we came from. And today's 100th anniversary brings us to life. Now more than ever, a Generation Z and Y consumer is seeking connections to our past, with a curiosity to better understand where we've come from, and to then apply a modern twist. From recreating traditional home-cooked recipes and handcrafted old-fashioned cocktails, or even repurposing antique furniture, there's a real sense of nostalgia for our past. So is it any surprise that we are seeing unprecedented growth in the vinyl industry? When we rolled out Technics, our brand of hi-fi audio products, it set a whole new standard in audio technology. It helped power the airwaves of radio around the world. In fact, it was such a success that many of these technologies are still being used today, which reflects on everything vintage and retro. And I think we've really captured the essence of today's trend by rebuilding one of the highest quality turntables in the enduring modern way. We are pleased to showcase the new reference class turntable, the SB10R and SL1000R. The world's first direct drive turntable, the SB10, was launched in 1970, astonishing consumers and professionals alike with a level of rotational precision and reliability that belt drives and idler drives simply couldn't match. Many manufacturers embraced that technology, and soon the direct drive turntable became the industry standard, and it all began with the SB10. Technics has been hailed as a legend of its own time, one that still inspires the admiration and loyalty of audiophiles worldwide. Our new Technics speakers continue the tradition and are completely styled to fit into a modern aesthetic and as a new standard in audio quality. Continuing our trend of updating industry-leading technology for the 21st century consumer, we've extended our approach to video and photography. We're taking more pictures of video today than at any other time in world history. With technological advancements, we now use portable devices to capture moments all the time. But the desire for high-quality photography and video still remains paramount. And that's why our new lineup of camcorders, including the WXF1, feature a new body design, along with lenses and sensor technology. Our camcorders now deliver better than ever picture quality with a wider angle, greater zoom, and increased low light performance. But when we talk about quality and really capturing the theme of bringing Hollywood to your home, we need to look no further than our award-winning GH series. In fact, we are pleased to now formally announce here today the release of the new GH5, the next generation of award-winning GH series with stronger than ever video camera capabilities. We've listened to our filmmakers, both seasoned professionals and aspiring beginners, and are proud to have delivered a product that builds on the success of our counterparts to meet the needs of the 21st century. The Lumix GH5 achieves the best ever low light sensitivity and the highest ever video image quality in the history of Lumix cameras. When shooting in the dark environments, videographers can now focus on filming that perfect shot instead of worrying about increased ISO noise. The newly applied dual ISO technology suppresses noise to produce clearer footage when capturing in low light. With technology that was previously found only in broadcast cameras, such as dual native ISO, hybrid log gamma, and 10-bit log recording, we packed this camera with big features to delight videographers and photographers alike. This is just some of the tremendous value that is now being installed in our award-winning camera, which I might mention remains the only mirrorless camera to date that shoots 60 frames per second in 4K. The GH5S really takes the amazing technology we announced a year ago and creates a more advanced video camera with the ease of use that many expect from Panasonic. Ladies and gentlemen, today we've showcased some amazing advances in consumer technology, but that still stays true to our heritage and tradition, one that are built at 100 years of investment in technology and in understanding consumers. Panasonic has always strived to embrace technologies that once seemed futuristic and made them accessible to consumers. And as we embark on the next 100 years of our journey, we see that it has not changed. We continue to evolve the lifestyle of our consumers, and as such, we are constantly rethinking the way we interact with our homes, aiming to find new intersection points with products that have never been before considered. We're redefining home living, and we're calling this paradigm HomeX. HomeX transcends all of Panasonic. It encapsulates the spirit of curiosity that perpetually drives our ability to innovate and create future generations of Panasonic experiences. It allows us to think about things like, how does a lifestyle change the way we use and engage with our technology? Have we looked at how family interacts with technology versus a college student? And how will that change the way we design products and services? And why does Panasonic have the ability to do this and do it better than anyone else? Because it's in our DNA. It's through our product diversity, intellectual property, our rich history of expertise, and industry-leading technology across markets. You can see this come to life in our booth where we showcase our Vision 2035. Today we introduced a new range of products that will support the needs of our 21st century consumer, but that will also serve us into the next 100 years. I encourage you to meet our product experts at the end of the press conference on the lower level to learn more about our products. And now, let me welcome Tom Gebhardt back to the stage with a final piece of exciting news.
Thank you, Michael. You know, in spirit of the 100th anniversary, it's really critical for us to choose the right partners to share our vision with for the future. And we think we have amongst the best in the industry. Last year, Panasonic announced that we were working with Google's Android automotive team on a new, what we called skip generation in-vehicle infotainment system. Panasonic and Android had actually had a very long-term relationship across many different commercial and consumer products. In fact, we have over 140 Android-based products as we're moving forward. This year, we're back together. We've moved the skip gen even further. So what I'd like to do is welcome Gene Karschebaum to the stage. He's the head of the partner engineering group for Google here in North America. Gene? How are you? Welcome.
Tom, absolutely thrilled to be here.
So it was only a year ago that we were here talking about what was a new platform, put on this, doing some revolutionary things in the automotive space. So tell me what's going on now.
So you remember last year we were here. We showed Android N running in a car. Worked really hard throughout the year. And now we'll be showing Android O running on the skip gen system. And Tom, it's only been 12 months.
Yeah, I've spent a little bit of time in the auto business, and I'm not used to 12-month cycles. I'm used to cycles that are much longer than that. So this, I think, is finally getting to the point where the consumer trends of moving at a 12-month increment meets the automotive trends. And I think that's really what the consumer desires. So from a standpoint, give me an idea of what the attributes of Android O are.
Sure. Actually, we've been shipping automotive features in Android for a few releases now. In N, we adapted the audio and Bluetooth stack to work well in the car. In O, we sped up boot time. And in OMR1, the latest version of Android, we added vehicle functions and car-friendly notifications. We continue to invest in Android so that Android is easy to integrate and fast to update, allowing access to the latest features to both OEMs and developers with a lot less effort.
So the time of having to worry about a 3-year cycle or being really relevant with your current system, those are gone. You're going to be able to develop with this platform. But I hear there's more to it than just timing.
Yeah, there's a lot more. We have a work in progress on our campus, including some really cool Google services, including best-in-class Google Maps. Do you want to check it out?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's do that. With Panasonic's SkipGen platform running the latest version of Android as the car's built-in infotainment system, like air conditioning. You can also get traffic information on the way to your destination and get nearby gas stations with Google Maps, as well as play your favorite music, all controllable by the Google Assistant. The Google Assistant allows you to enjoy your music even when you're offline. Hey Google, play I Like Me Better.
All right, asking to play I Like Me Better.
Where are we going? Las Vegas, of course, to CES. What's the traffic like to the Las Vegas Strip?
On your way to Las Vegas Strip, a crash on US 101 South and one on California 152 East are causing a 42-minute delay.
Take me there.
Sure, Las Vegas Strip.
It's cold outside. Set fan speed to maximum.
Okay, setting fan speed to 5.
Okay, we're ready to roll. Lock the doors.
Okay, doors locked.
Oh, I forgot to turn off my home lights. Turn off the front porch light.
Okay, turning the front porch light off.
And now we're on the road to CES.
Gene, it's something that I think the consumer's been looking for a long time from the standpoint of, thinking that this was really in the future, but future is really today. And from that standpoint, it really seems that by adding the Google Assist into this SkipGen platform that we'd already developed together is really the opportunity going forward. So I understand there's more to it and a little bit on the online and offline that you want to share?
Yeah, that's right, Tom. We're working effectively to integrate Assistant into the vehicles today, and for both offline and online functions. And we think that's critical to bring personal mobility closer and closer for people today. And look, Tom, I think it's been an amazing partnership between Google and you and your team. We look forward to next year, and maybe we'll show some other things.
Absolutely.
Tom,
Appreciate
thanks so much.
All right, thank you very much. And it's not only, or go ahead, Gene. It's not only about creating technology, it's also about creating actually wins and success. And this system has been of great interest, and we've actually won some business in this period. In the last 12 months, we've actually won a number of awards from different automakers. So you'll start to see that SkipGen architecture absolutely in the vehicle as we move forward. So with that, I'd like to thank everybody for joining us this morning. I really do appreciate the time that you've given us, and hopefully this has been an interesting a piece of our technology. And we're very excited about celebrating our 100th anniversary as a company, and very focused, as we always have been, on developing technologies that move us forward for a better life and a better world. As we begin our second century as a company, we see tremendous opportunities to integrate our digital and physical worlds by creating experiences that are richer, environments that are safer, and opportunities that are more rewarding. So I want to thank everybody for their time, and we hope to see all of you at the convention center at our booth. Thank you very much.